Hey there, boys and girls. Today I'll be doing Scorn of the Mad Doll with Nagi. We need to use no items, use a limit burst, defeat Calcabrina's party in Battle 2 within 10 turns. I enhanced Nagi like a while back, and I was going to do a Demon Wall clear with her, but I kind of decided against it, so this is our first time taking her out for a spin. This is my non-limited clear. We're going to be taking Riku as our breaker. I really like Riku because her on-demand breaks are really outstanding for this fight. Kryla would obviously be an upgrade right here because we're not going to be using her Mirage. Just pretty much our on-demand stuff. Don't really worry so much about the gear on your support units. Worry more about your magic tank. We're taking Galoof as our passive provoke full evade. Just like in the Edward clear, Galoof is also going to be doing physical covering. He's basically protecting us from the counters. Let's see here. We got Charlotte as our magic tank this time around. Because we're taking Charlotte, we might make some special concessions for her. She doesn't have that really good mitigation like Cecil does, so she might take a little bit more damage. Dr. Aiden's going to be our healer for this one. I like Aiden on this fight because he's got the on-demand AoE re-raise. He's got the Dark Imbue with an Imperil. He's got stat buffs. I mean, the man's kit's just very bloated. He's very good for this fight. I also put Bushido Freedom on him so we can wrap up this fight in a timely manner. That's kind of optional. I feel like when we get to that point, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is my Nagi. Lots of attack, lots of magic, lots of demon and spirit killer. I like Nagi because she's got innate like killers in her kit, which is always nice to have on a damage unit. Our friend Nagi has got, I believe, a dark weapon equipped. I think this is Jiraiya's STMR, so we got to make sure that we stay on dark attacks because we don't want to split those elements. That should be more than fine for how we're going to be doing this. And on to the show. So this boss is in two parts. The first part is these little mini Calcabrinas, and then phase 2 is going to be one giant Calcabrina. These right here, you know, they do all the countering and whatnot like the big Calcabrina will do, just on a lesser damage scale. With Riku, we're going to be doing Still Will. That's going to help us like get our LB gauge filled, and then we'll do YRP formation for the break. Come down here with Galoof and use his mitigation and cover. Then we'll use Charlotte's magic cover. I think with Dr. Aiden, I'm going to do a spoonful of sugar. That's going to give us a re-raise. And I'm going to do the stat buff. That's basically just to protect Charlotte as much as possible. And then we'll power up Nagi with Clad and Power. Oh, clicked off my screen. Clad and Power times 2. Alrighty. So Galoof jumps out in front, cover, you know, the counters. There's some damage on Charlotte. As you can see, she's not as good as Cecil at just protecting herself from lots of magic damage. So that re-raise was really valuable right there. Just kind of keep that in mind when you're doing this for yourself. And then I want to do this projection Dance of Darkness. Since Tetsu is geared for dark, we're going to go that route. And let's see here, Dr. Aiden. Let's get a Apple a Day. And I guess we'll just do a heal. Okay. And then Charlotte is going to magic cover since she died. Okay, I think we'll be good to go here. Chain this off. I don't think this will like one-shot all the little lads, but it should get them pretty close. That's pretty good. Let's get Riku, just top our MP off and everything off. And Galoof really don't have anything going on in his life. I guess we'll just re-physical cover with him. Riku's cooldown might have re-raise attached to it as well. Have to look at that. If that's the case, then I double re-raised right there. That's fine. The turn 1 damage is really the crazy damage on this fight. Alright, let's get Dr. Aiden top our units off. We'll just reload Nagi and we'll get out of this portion of the fight. In phase 1, they don't buff their defense and spirit. In phase 2, they do. So just kind of keep that in the back of your head. Like phase 1's a little bit different than phase 2. Alright, here's the big one. Now, I want to start off here a little bit differently with Riku. I want to save her cooldown break for the little ones. So we'll just use her on-demand stuff. And then same thing with Galoof and Charlotte. We'll use mitigation and magic cover. And then with Dr. Aiden, let's do his Magus ability on Charlotte and a stat buff. She'll definitely survive with that stat buff. It's 10,000 hit point barrier. Really, really nice. Do it clad in power ×2. So much damage goes out on your magic tank, it's crazy. So it took her down to 4,000 hit points. Alrighty, we gotta sit through Charlotte's counters. I definitely think Cecil is a superior tank for this one. Alrighty, we're gonna be chaining Dark Spirits. Like I said, since Tetsu's got a dark weapon on. Let's go ahead and put that on the boss. We should arrive somewhere between 70 and 60% right here. 40% is the goal. Oh, that's nice. We're a little bit below that. That's fine. The boss is going to buff his defense and spirit right here, so we're going to have to break it next turn. I think with Charlotte, I'll use her magic mitigation ability. Knight's Command. It's going to have Galoof cover again. And let's see here. Riku will just do an LB fill. I think she'll do an LB fill on a heal. Kind of help Mr. Aiden out a little bit. Let's have him do a heal and a spoonful of sugar. That way we just got a re-raise on our magic tank just in case. That pressure is a threshold thing that the boss does. Charlotte went down to 800 hit points right there. It's crazy. We took a stat break right there as well. But thankfully, Aiden can cure those things retroactively. It's one of my favorite things about how he does, you know, his job. And then we'll do an apple a day to get that full heal. Alrighty, so the boss has a defense and spirit buff up. We'll come down here with Galoof and use Neutralizing Blade to take care of that. And then Riku will reapply her on-demand breaks. Let's go ahead and get Charlotte to use her Limit Burst for cover. Let's reload our DPS. Another thing about Nagi is like she imperils with her chaining move, so that should let us get down to where we want to be so the boss splits apart. We should have some counters right here, and then the boss will do Mitosis. Alrighty, we're in the final stretch. Just to give us as much advantage turn 1 as possible, let's go ahead and use Steel Will and YRP Formation to break the ads. And then with Dr. Aiden, get the Dark Peril up, Dark Resistance. Let's go ahead and do that. And I guess we'll just do a heal. We should be fine as far as hit points go. And then with Nagi, let's do our AoE Dark move. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we get. So remember, like on phase 1 we didn't one-shot them, so I don't expect to one-shot them on phase 2. I definitely like all the chains going off right there. That's so close. We limit burst last turn with Charlotte. She still should have magic mitigation. We'll just defend her. Galoof doesn't have a lot going on in your life. If for some reason, like you haven't used the limit burst by now, I would go ahead and do that. Same thing, we're going to get some counters, and they're going to buff themselves as well. That's why I equipped the Bushido Freedom. They're going to buff all their stats. You can just power through this if you want to. I just thought it'd be a little bit better if we removed it with Aiden. He's basically got a free turn right here anyways. We'll Bushido Freedom that off. We'll get Riku to use her Limit Burst, break the boss. We'll reload our chains. Make sure you don't start chaining before she gets done doing her damage thing right here. You don't want to break your chains. We should have a dead boss. Now we didn't have a dark imperil right there, so you know the damage is a little bit less. So depending on where you're at, just kind of make sure you keep that in mind. And I have done this just powering straight through that as well. I think either way works. I just felt a lot safer wrapping up a fight if they was expelled. So, there we go. There is the Calcabrina fight with Nagi. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good rest of the week. Toodaloo.